Let me ask you, how long are people waiting for their call to be answered? If there are options out there, I'm probably giving you 4 rings. One law firm had a ring time of at least 1 minute, and 65% of those callers hung up. Of course they did. So would you. So would I. If you're wondering, hey, Gary, do we have enough intake staff? How many should we have at intake? Answer this question for me. How quickly are you picking up inbound calls? Welcome to the Intake Playbook, the podcast where we transform your law firm's intake process into a secret weapon. I'm your host, Gary Falkowitz, and I've spent more than a decade helping law firms across the country maximize their intake performance. If you want to stop leaving cases on the table, create a better client experience, and grow your revenue, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Oftentimes, the one question I hear over and over again by law firms is, Gary, how many intake specialists do I need at my firm? Now listen, that's not an easy answer. There are a lot of metrics we could look at to determine whether you need 3, 4, 5, 10. But here's the thing. Let's simplify it for a moment. The one metric that I want you to look at right now to see whether you have adequate staff is how long are people waiting for their call to be answered? Let me ask you, when you're calling a specific company for a specific service, when you have options, how long are you willing to wait? I can tell you personally right now, no matter what company I'm trying to get in touch with, if there are options out there, I'm probably giving you 4 rings. I don't remember waiting 5 rings for a company when there are options. When there's no option, you're kind of screwed a little bit, right? You just got to wait out there for as long as you possibly can. You'll leave a voicemail. You'll speak with someone who doesn't speak any English. It doesn't matter because that's your only option. But when there are options, like when you are thinking about where to eat dinner and you're trying to make a reservation, like when you're trying to figure out which doctor you should go to or which lawyer you should hire, there are options. And if you're not giving your callers, your potential customers, your potential clients, the attention that they need immediately when they want it, you're likely going to lose. And you're certainly going to lose a lot of potential clients. Let me give you one specific example. For one of my clients, who happens to be part of my masterclass, he was embarking on a marketing campaign where he invested X amount of dollars into a marketing campaign. And even though the results were pretty good, when they dug deeper into the results of every call from that campaign, it turned out almost 25% of the calls that went to this one law firm had a ring time of at least 1 minute. And 65% of those callers hung up. Of course they did. So would you. So would I. Now, here's the problem. When we looked into the why, because you always got to look into the why, it wasn't as clear as we thought it would be. It wasn't as if their intake staff were just watching this phone ring and saying, yeah, I'm not ready to answer yet. I want to finish my lunch or watch my movie or finish texting with my friend. That wasn't what was going on. There were so many things behind the scenes that were happening because there was an IVR and there was a recording and it got directed from this number to that number to this number, that by the time it came to the intake's desk to pick up, they thought they were picking up in 2 or 3 rings, when in reality they weren't. It was more than 60 seconds after the call came in. So I'm telling you right now, if you're wondering, hey, Gary, do we have enough intake staff? How many should we have at intake? Answer this question for me. How quickly are you picking up inbound calls? Because if you're not picking them up immediately, then people are certainly hanging up. And in this day and age, with technology where it is, with how many competitors you have no choice. You have no excuse. You must pick up those calls within 3 rings, no exception. Want to learn more? Want to see what the best law firms are doing to make sure that they're not missing phone calls? Jump into my masterclass. We talk about this and everything else associated with intake once a month to make sure you limit your waste. Remember, if you're not first, nothing else matters. Thank you for listening to the Intake Playbook Podcast. If this episode sparked a new idea or insight, take a moment to screenshot it and post it in the Intake Playbook group on Facebook. Share what resonated with you or what you'd like me to dive into next. Your input helps shape this podcast. and I'd love to hear from you. Let me ask you this. Is your intake process maximizing every opportunity? If not, I created the Intake Masterclass to help. Inside, you'll get access to the tools and strategies I've used to help firms transform their intake process and turn missed opportunities into measurable wins. Plus, you'll join a network of professionals all focused on growing their firms. The ROI you'll see from refining your intake will speak for itself. Visit IntakePlaybook.com today and start making every lead count. Thank you again for spending your time with me on the Intake Playbook Podcast. Remember, intake isn't just about systems. It's about building trust and creating connections. Keep pushing forward. And if you're looking for more resources or details from today's episode, check out the show notes at IntakePlaybook.com. I'll see you there.